Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show on WUAT AM 1110 Radio and Channel 18 Valley TV. And also, as Papa says, YouTube. You can watch all of our episodes. You got to go to the Albert and Billy Show YouTube page. So you got to type in the Albert and Billy Show, and then it will show you all the episodes.
That's
on
what
YouTube.
I'm doing wrong, I bet.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. You don't even get that far.
I got to see one of our episodes today.
Did you? Who showed it to you? Somebody showed it to you?
No.
Oh, Channel 18?
Channel 18. I was at home.
Oh, okay.
And luckily, I got to see one.
Okay, good. What was we doing in that one?
I don't remember.
Oh, there's no telling.
I had on a red shirt, that's all I can tell you.
The new one out on YouTube right now is good. The one from last week, it's good. It's funny. It's funny.
Okay.
But I'm not as lively today, so I'm going to try to get livened up here. I want to tell the radio listeners about an open table that's going to be on Tuesday, October 21st. It's at the Pikeville United Methodist Church, so it's still a ways off. So October 21st is the next open table. Come by for a free lunch of beefy mac, applesauce, French bread, homemade desserts, and a drink. That's on Tuesday, October 21st from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. There's no charge, no offering, no sermon. It's nothing but friendship and food. And of course, everybody is welcome. For more info, call Greg Smart at the church office at 447-2951. And I want to remind you, hopefully we'll get a longer announcement about and some detailed information about the Boo Bash that's coming up on October the 26th. So hopefully we'll be filming that episode and we'll be judging. So
the 26th, that'd be about 2 weeks away or 3?
Yeah. Well,
today's the 11th.
It's going to be, I don't know, 2 weeks probably from tomorrow. It is 2 weeks from tomorrow. So keep that in mind. Boo Bash coming up October 26th, and we'll be there filming for that event. And the Al-Anon meeting, Courage to Change, this is now in Pikeville every Saturday at 9 o'clock a.m. It's always at the Mount Crest United Methodist Church, which is on Highway 30 West. It's right out beside Mary V. Wheeler Elementary School. And it's 9 a.m. every Saturday. Al-Anon is a fellowship of relatives and friends of alcoholics who believe their lives have been affected by someone else's drinking. Do please come and share your experience, strength, and hope with this new group. That's your turn.
Well, now, the Boo Bash, is that going to be over here at the farmer's market?
Yeah, we're going to be up on the stage, though. Okay. Because we'll be judging.
But the 5 to 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The haunted hayride. Well, you got a little bit there.
Well, I don't need to repeat it.
Well, I didn't mention that stuff.
Well, I just said 5 to 8 at the farmer's market.
And then you got these things.
Oh, well, okay. You want me to do my job, don't you? All right. These are excerpts from the main street. Constance for these.
Yeah.
There is going to be on the 19th, which will be Saturday, a week from tomorrow, right?
Oh, that's about that.
There is going to be a World War reenactment. Don't say World War III or 4 or 2 or 1.
Does not say.
But there's going to be a World War reenactment, and it doesn't say where, but I bet it'd be pretty close by where we are.
Yes, it'll be right here in
It's
downtown.
going to be from 9 o'clock in the morning to 3 o'clock.
That's a long reenactment.
That's 6 hours. But I bet both those wars lasted a lot longer than 6 hours.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did, Papa.
That Second World War lasted 4 years.
How long was the first one?
I don't know. I think it was 14 to 19. I believe it was 5 years.
Okay.
But anyway, we're going to have a Boo Bash on the 26th, and included in that Boo Bash, we're going to have a haunted hayride.
That sounds pretty cool.
A haunted hayride.
A haunted hayride.
So I won't have to be a participant in that, because I'm not going to get up on a hayride, a wagon full of hay to fall off. There's going to be games and trunk and treat. And then, of course, the costume. You did mention the costume contest.
The big costume contest. You need to be there and enter it. And you'll be on TV. You'll be on the Albert and Billy show. Me and Papa are the judges.
Yeah.
And it's a good time. Always a good crowd on hand.
And I can't be corrupted.
Yes, we will take bribes. It's time for your crazy trivia.
Nothing like being honest, is there?
That's right.
When I enter entries into the fair exhibit hall, I tell those people, I'll give you my product if you just let me be first. So far it has. Well, I'll
it worked once, didn't it?
I think I've gotten 2 or 3 first and 2 or 3 seconds.
That's not bad.
Not bad. Not good, but not bad.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Trivia.
Oh, great. Here we go.
You did well last week.
No, that's all over the place.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell me a word that goes with slaw.
Coleslaw.
How'd you know that?
That's what people
Tell me.
call it.
What does coal mean? C-O-L-E?
That's not the question, so you can just explain that.
I don't know.
Well, I don't either.
I wondered if coal, not C-O-L-E,
Yeah.
C-O-L-E. Old King Cole had a very old soul, and a very old soul was he. He called for his pipe, and he called for his bowl, and he called for his fiddlers 3. How do I remember all that?
I do not know.
That's from my childhood. Old King Cole, C-O-L-E. I bet he had something to do with slaw.
We're going to pretend like he did. Because it don't make any sense.
How in the world could I remember all that?
I don't know.
I've been rehearsing it. Oh.
I wasn't expecting it.
Food brand for Fido. Canned food.
Oh, dog food.
What? Give me a brand.
I don't know.
You never raised a dog?
Yeah, I can't think of the
Most popular canned dry.
puppy chow.
No, I said canned food. Used to be Tony. Used to be Tony. But Tony was a real cheap one, and they came along with another one that was really turned out to be the best brand. And you can get it dry too. Starts with an A.
Oh God.
4 letters.
Oh my God.
Last time it was 3 letters.
Yes. Oh, I can't think of it.
Alpo.
Yes.
You do remember it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody should know that one. I'm not kidding. It really took over the canned section.
Yeah.
Tony was the #1 seller, and then
he
Alpo.
stopped.
Yeah, and Alpo came along. Okay.
Put him out of business.
How do you measure property if you want to sell it?
Acreage.
Acreage. Very good, Billy. Unless you want to buy a lot in town.
Yeah.
But land is sold by acres.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. In the one of the most famous books ever written, made into a movie, Gone with the Wind. Tell me the last name of Scarlett.
O'Hara.
How did you know that?
We've talked about it enough. I know.
O'Hara.
Gone with the Wind always makes its way on these questions. I'm going to have to watch the movie, apparently.
I'm not going to read the book again. It takes about 10 hours to read the movie.
Forget that. I'll watch the movie instead.
Well, the book is much more interesting than the movie. Same thing with To Kill a Mockingbird. I like the movie.
Yeah.
But, the book is... They just can't show you everything on the camera that you can read about.
That's true. Chocolate Lab.
Attaboy. Hey, we got Goldie's action. And they gave us a cemented imprint of her paw.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
And some of her hair.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I miss Goldie.
We've already got the cross made.
Mm-hmm.
And we got the urn, the ashes, and we're going to have a burial and everything.
Oh, good. Well, good.
I don't lose my preaching. New York Stadium. One New York Stadium.
Is that where the Mets play?
It had to be because the Yankee Stadium's still there.
I don't remember the name of it.
You don't remember the name of the stadium that they shut?
Jay.
I said the
I didn't know that.
Oh boy. That was real smart, Albert.
Thanks for the assist.
All right, we'll go on.
He said you don't remember the Shay.
Sound coming from a bovine.
No, that's a hard one. I don't know
Bovine
that.
out in the field. What sound does a bovine make?
Boo? Oh. What is it, Lifeline? Good sorry you said boo.
What rhymes with that? That something in a field would make.
Moo.
Moo. Patricia's.
Is that the sound?
Moo. Cow.
Oh, okay.
Patricia's aorta valve was from a bovine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the new one they implanted in her was a bovine aorta valve.
Oh.
Okay,
I've done that.
a mooch
There's a bomb.
is a bum.
I'll be nice.
A pooch.
I can put some people on blast right here, but I won't.
A pooch.
It's a dog.
A dog. Mooch. Pooch.
I guess a mooch pooch is
they went
a
together.
dog. That's a bomb, yeah.
Like the pied.
Like the pied. What does that mean?
Do you remember
That's a terrible clue.
remember a story about the pied
Blackbird? Blackbirds in a pie?
piper?
What?
Pied piper. You don't remember this?
It's like a saying.
No, it's like a
It's like a children's story.
children's
Mhm.
tale. Pied piper.
Peter, Peter.
He
He
played
picked a bunch of pickles, and it's real hard
Peter
to.
Piper.
Peter
Peter
Piper
Piper.
picked a pepper. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, how many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick?
There you
Well,
go.
there's the rest of it. That's like the flea and the fly.
I must not pay attention to the other one about the blackbird and a pipe. That was a terrible clue, by the way.
Okay.
I got it.
Well, it was still
Hot
terrible.
drink, not tea, not coffee.
Wait, what is it? What is it?
Hot drink, but not tea and not coffee. What else would be a hot drink you would sip? What else would you sip? Not tea and not coffee.
Lifeline.
Think, Billy. What else?
Should I get this?
Well, what else would you be sipping?
Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate. Thank
Oh.
you, Billy.
Ugh.
All you had to do was use that mind. I tell the kids at school, learning is not stuffing your mind full of facts. Learning is learning to use your mind to think.
Right.
So you thought of cocoa, hot chocolate.
You probably put cocoa down, didn't you?
Butterfly kin. Kin to a butterfly.
A moth.
A moth. You are so smart, Billy.
I tell you, I know.
Now this brand of cooking vegetable spray has 3 letters.
I'm going to use
You
my
don't
lifeline.
you don't buy cooking spray, I bet you.
Pam.
Pam is the
Thank God it's the only one I've ever heard of. That's the only one I've ever heard of, so I had to guess that one.
You can buy Crisco brand and you can buy private label brands, but that's the number 1 seller.
Okay.
Yellow can, red top.
Yeah, I remember that. I've used it before, actually.
That's all the trivia.
Whew, that's
Now
good.
you want sports?
Yes.
Sports of all sorts?
Sports of all sorts.
I didn't write anything down in golf.
I can't believe that. They must not have had a tournament.
They did the week before.
You must not have liked it.
Well, no, I just don't think you like golf.
Well, I don't care either way, really, but I mean...
Well, you don't even like marbles.
Yeah, no wonder. But you can report on golf. I never told you not to.
The baseball is winding down.
Yeah.
Started out with 10 teams.
Guess what he has to tell you about his Dodgers, folks?
I don't have to tell you. I can eliminate that one. We started out. We started out with 10 teams. Quickly, we dropped it down to 8. Now it's down to 4.
Yeah.
We have 2 teams left in the American League to play each other.
And 2 teams
One of
left in the
those
National.
one of those happens to be the New York Yankees. They
What
disposed
a
of
shocker.
they disposed of the Minnesota Twins 3 in a row.
God.
Then Tampa Bay was one of the play-in teams, but they stuck around long enough to make Houston have to go 5 games.
That's good.
So it's going to be Houston and the Yankees in the American League to come up with one participant in the World Series. Now over in the National League,
This is where it gets good.
the Braves got beat.
But you had to say that
The Braves
first.
got beat.
They got stoned.
They did take it to a 5-game
They must
level.
have forgot to show up for that one, though. The game 5.
The Braves pitchers gave up 10 runs in the first inning. I cannot believe that. I could not
can't
believe
either.
that. And it carried over to the Dodgers. No, the Dodgers got quickly ahead, 3-0, 2 home runs,
They just gave it away.
and we're coasting. And then in the
Why would you take a pitcher out if he's just giving up 1 hit the whole
gave
game?
up one. No, I didn't say the whole game.
Okay.
Late in the game, 7th or 8th inning,
Okay.
he gave up 1 run. I mean 1 hit.
That's not that
And
bad.
the manager went out on the mound and said, "Give me the ball. I'm putting my ace in the game. He's better than you." Clayton Kershaw
Yeah.
is his name. Clayton gave up 2 quick home runs. And then in the 10th inning, Washington Nationals disposed handily. It took them 5 games.
LA just has been struggling in the playoffs for a long time.
I am a sick man. I thought we had it won.
I feel sorry for you being a Dodger fan. They really went through it.
I think I have to get Carolyn's permission to leave them, and she's dead. So
Well, they go all through the season and play great. And they do this regularly, seems like now, but they fold in the postseason.
you know the name of their manager?
No.
His name is Roberts. Old Dave.
You need to be calling old Dave. Tell him he made a bad decision.
Okay, let's go back.
It was a bad decision. I think he regrets that.
Well, all they got to do is watch it on film. They can see him take that ball away from the pitcher that had kept him in the game and had done
That's
well.
pitiful.
Had done well.
Yeah, probably well enough to finish the game.
He should have. I wish he had.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go to football.
Well, that's not much better.
Well, if you're talking about
If
Alabama,
you're a
they
Tennessee
haven't
fan,
lost.
UT fans, that is, it's not much better.
Alabama's not lost a game. Georgia's not lost a game.
No.
You know what? Georgia, they play South Carolina this week. They'll be 6-0,
Mm-hmm.
and Alabama will be 6-0. But now Georgia has to play Florida.
Well, that could go either way.
I believe they.
If they play, that could go either way.
But anyway, UTC has won 2 games in their conference after they disposed of the Tennessee game, got it out of the way, 45-0.
Yeah.
Then they got busy about playing in the Southern Conference. They played Western Carolina and won. They played Mercer and won. So now they're 2-0 in their conference.
Well, that's good.
So they're
Yeah,
in good
they
shape.
played Tennessee the one day Tennessee decided to play football. Is unfortunately for UTC, that's when they had to play them.
I don't think Tennessee played all that well. Their opponent did not play well.
No, UTC didn't show up for that one either.
So the UT just flexed their muscles a little bit and said, "Hey, let's rather go home."
Yeah.
And they had the game won.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not that way in the Southeastern Conference.
Oh, no.
You cannot do that in the Southeastern Conference.
No.
Unless you play Vanderbilt. Hopefully we can.
Well, we came. That's not even a sure bet anymore.
but Vanderbilt's not won but 1 game all year.
So if we
UT's won
UT's
one game all
game.
year.
what you're trying to say.
Well, I said last week we have the haves and we have the have-nots, and then you got some that's hanging on by their shirt tail. But see, we're supposed to furnish 9 teams in the bowl.
It's not going to happen this year.
I don't see 9 teams deserving.
I mean, it's possible, but there's a few that's going to have to make a turnaround for sure.
But you got 5 or 6 that will be there automatically because of their record thus far. But if you get down to the
now Tennessee plays Mississippi State,
and then we've got UAB, and then we've got
that should be a win. But
South Carolina, and then we've got
that's
Missouri,
winnable.
and we've got Kentucky,
winnable,
and I say UAB.
Yeah,
but we've also got Alabama.
True. Yeah.
How you gonna?
That's next week, ain't it?
Yeah, 3rd Saturday in October. Carol and I went to a big to-do down around South Pittsburgh, where they have this show every year.
Cornbread Festival.
No, it was something else out going toward Nashville. Some kind of school out there. I forget what it was now. But anyway, they have 2 or 3 day attraction booths set up, all kinds of arts and crafts and everything. 15,000 people show up.
It's a small town.
Yeah, but I can't remember.
I hate it when I can't think of the name of stuff.
But anyway, it was on that Saturday.
What? That was driving me crazy. I know
some school out there on the mountain.
Okay.
Out from Montego in there somewhere. Anyway, every once in a while I tell Karen, I said, I won't go to the car and check the score. And I did. And the last time I went, I wish I hadn't gone.
I bet.
We were ahead of Alabama, but you don't want Barry Bryant to have the ball and be behind. Because he's going to beat you.
Oh, really?
He's going to beat you. Barry Bryant.
And that's what happened.
They said he could walk on water. I never did see him try it, but no, they said he could. Did you not ever hear that?
No.
Really?
No.
They said that Barry Bryant could walk on water.
Well.
And his fans believed.
That's stupid.
They believed it. Because he could beat Tennessee if just by throwing his hat out there. Okay. So the coach over at UTC, I think he's where he needs to be in the Southern Conference. He does not need to butt heads with the Southeastern Conference. Stay where you need to be. But there's no telling how much money UT
they get a lot of money when they schedule games
probably
like
three.
that.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if we got $750,000.
I would say. I mean, that's why they do it.
Yeah.
For the money.
Well, you've got to pay your bills.
Right.
So what if you get drugged once a year?
Exactly.
Tennessee's been drugged more than that.
Well, I know it.
Okay, and then last weekend, Bledsoe County played Marion County in the game, in the sport of football.
And won
handily.
Yeah, and it's been a while since we beat them.
To beat Marion County, to score 30 some odd points against Marion County. Yeah, that's unreal.
Yeah, Marion County's usually loaded, so it's nice to see.
But
nice big win. Congratulations.
Last week, LSU, Florida, and Ole Miss, and Georgia all won. And
LSU's undefeated, aren't they?
Yes, they're undefeated. And Tennessee, we were off for 3 quarters, but we were on 1 quarter. We was on the first quarter.
That's it.
We played respectable ball for 1 quarter.
Absolutely.
You know what I've heard this
fell
week?
apart.
What I have heard this week is that this coach, Jeremy Pruitt, has finally has released it to the media, where he kept hands off and all secretive last week. I don't know who my quarterback's going to be.
That didn't work.
But he said in the paper this week, this quarterback that started last week will start again this week.
Okay.
He's made his decision based on what has been shown by the other quarterback. He can't get the job done.
It should have took him this long to figure that out.
It should not. And so now he's going to go with this quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And here you got Alabama coming up next week.
I know.
But anyway, I like he gritted his teeth and said, "I'm going to do it."
Yeah, he had to.
And I think it's okay, so he had to.
Oh, he did. I mean, he was being too stubborn, and who knows, it may have cost him his job to be that stubborn.
I would think he got a lot of calls.
I'm sure.
And maybe some hate mail.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Don't you understand that quarterback can't be a quarterback in the SEC?
Exactly. Like, how many times have you got to lose to see that?
So he put this boy in, and he started the game last week, and he will start the game this week.
Well, I mean, Tennessee wouldn't have won with the other one either. So.
Well, no. But you know what? Memphis is 5-0. And they play some teams in the SEC.
They'd be Ole Miss, yeah.
They need to be ranked, in my opinion. I believe that if they win again this week,
they will.
A 6-0 record will have to bounce right in the face of all the pollsters, and because somebody's going to get beat.
Yeah, yeah.
And I believe it'll open up the way for Memphis to start inching their way up.
That'd be good to see.
It'd be good to see.
They still have one team from Tennessee in the top 25.
Well, you know, you've got several teams in Tennessee, but Memphis is they're making a name for themselves.
That's good. They usually do that in basketball, so it's good to see in football.
Okay, Missouri and Alabama, South Carolina, UAB, Vanderbilt, and Kentucky is after this week.
Mm-hmm.
I still say, if Tennessee were to shift gears, that they could, if they win Saturday, they could go to a bowl game. They could. I believe if they show their grit and determination in beating Mississippi State, that would prove that they can beat South Carolina. That will prove they can beat Vanderbilt. That will prove they can beat Kentucky.
That's true.
And it will prove that they can beat UAB.
Yeah.
Well, you get 5 more wins, you already got 1 under your belt. So that'll give us 6 wins.
Yeah, I mean.
Of course, we'll be playing a bowl game played down at Lee Station, I guess.
The Papa John Bowl or something like that. The Cornbread Bowl. It'll be a big who cares bowl is what it'll be. Well, but I mean, at this point, that's all. That's the only way to save the season.
I think one thing that's going to be helpful in the brass at Tennessee assessing their situation is the attendance is lagging.
Yes, I know.
Those stands full of 102,000 yelling.
I'm surprised that as many show up as they do.
I am too. I am too. These are diehards.
Yeah, must be.
But I'm saying, if you don't have enough money to pay those vendors up there that's selling the hot dogs for $4,
well, that's when he'll be out of a job. I mean, if that starts happening, they'll be under too much pressure.
Well, also, don't you think football is the driving force economically?
Yeah, so they better get it together.
That's what I'm saying. 82,000, 92,000, that don't come up to 102,000.
No.
So I don't believe we've averaged 90,000.
I'd say not. I'd say not.
Our attendance is lagging. I wonder why.
You have to win. You have to win. It's just that simple. That's the nature of the beast. You have to win.
You're in the SEC. That's one of the 5 power conferences.
That's right. I mean, he's running out of time, I'm afraid, for Mr. Pruitt, but we'll see.
I'll tell you what, if we don't win some of these games that I mentioned, I think his vehicle might run out of gas.
I think so too.
Well, that's it in sports.
All right. Well, coming up after the break, we'll have some Albertology for you, and Papa will have some jokes as well. That's all coming up after the break right here on the Albert and Billy Show.
Be right back.
Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show. It is time for Albertology. It's time for Albertology, and we're going to be talking about a little bit of everything I do. See?
I was going to let you do the...
I'll do it afterwards.
All right.
Go ahead.
These are some school sayings that I steel off the walls down there, or in a room. Some teachers put them in their room. Just little tidbits here and there that catches my eye. And so here's some that I wrote down this week. We all have a story to tell. I like the way that sounds.
That's true.
Each person, Carolyn saw value in every person. She said, Albert, everybody is worth listening to. And
wow.
She taught me so much.
Well, that's good. That's
Together is a beautiful place to be. Together.
Yes, yes.
Education is not the learning of many facts, but the training of the mind to think. And that was by Albert Einstein.
Well, he should know about that.
Yeah,
he was a genius, wasn't he? So he should know.
One of the things I saw on the wall down there, it showed him thinking. And he said, you think you got problems? He was the one that came up with the theory, the Einstein theory. Okay.
Yeah.
Now
Albert Einstein, named Albert. What about that? Was you named after him?
I was named after him.
Oh, Ross?
No, I was named. He was named, and I was named.
Oh.
That's the way I get around that. I've got to find my stuff here.
Well, those are funny. I was reading a few of them. They're pretty funny.
Pretty funny.
We got to ask Marilyn here.
I got Marilyn.
Ask that one. I recently was awakened by a blinding flash of light, Pawpaw. You all right? He just got a crick in his neck.
Something happened.
And heard what sounded like a bomb in my head. But in just a few seconds, I felt almost normal, except for being terrified. The next day, my doctor told me to just forget about it. Is this a known phenomenon? And I'll let you say the answer. It says yes.
It's amazing the questions that she gets.
I know.
And her husband's real smart. Okay.
Yeah, they both are.
The question was, is this a known phenomenon that has happened regularly?
Okay.
She said yes.
Yeah.
It was first described in 1876, and it was called a sleep disorder. It happens while you're asleep, and it was called an exploding head syndrome. That's what she heard, and that's what it's called. An exploding. I've never had this. I've never had this.
I've never heard of an exploding head syndrome.
And then in 1988, another article came out about it, and it says up to 15% of the people have experienced a similar event.
That's shocking, because I've never even heard of that.
It's painless. It has no health implications.
Okay.
The cause is unknown.
That is weird.
But they think that it's caused from a misfiring in the brain. Everybody's brain don't function evidently the same way, because only 15% of the people have experienced this disorder.
That's true. That's not a huge percentage.
No. 15%.
I guess that's why we've never heard of it.
It's pretty minimal.
It's a memorable name, though.
Yeah.
That's a memorable name.
All right, gun ownership. You don't have to talk about the AK, what is it, AK-15s and the AK-47s. I told you last week or the week before last, that there's going to the Colt manufacturing company is going to quit making the.
Oh yeah.
And we thought, well, it's because of all the implications of what's going on, but no, there's just so many of them out there that don't even make anymore.
Exactly.
And we talked about that politician that said, I'm blank, yes, I'm going to come and get yours.
Yeah, they're delusional.
You can't do that.
No.
You can't go into a person's home and take their gun away from them.
And a politician saying that ain't going to get nowhere.
You know what? If somebody comes into your home unwarranted,
you
can shoot it.
That's true. That's true.
And probably if they knew you were coming after your gun, you would shoot it.
Yeah, I'd say that's how that would go down.
But the states with the highest share of adults owning guns are Alaska, number one. I'd say a lot of that has to do with the animals.
Exactly, yeah.
Survival.
The hunting, yeah.
Arkansas is number two.
Okay. Yeah, southern states are going to be on there for sure.
57.9% of adults in Arkansas own a gun. That's over
That's a
half.
lot. That's a lot.
Idaho,
Yeah. Out west.
56%. West Virginia, 54%. Wyoming, 53%.
Notice they're all western and southern states so
Montana,
far. Yeah.
Montana, 52%. New Mexico,
See,
49%. Now you get to Alabama,
we're
40.
still on the same thing though.
48. But now you go back to North Dakota and
Out west
Hawaii.
again. Hawaii's kind
I
of
don't
shocking.
understand that.
That's
but
shocking.
now Tennessee did come in at 15.
But I figured Tennessee would be up there.
We only had 39% of
I thought
our
it'd be-
adult men own guns in Tennessee.
But you see a pattern there. Besides Hawaii, it was mainly western states and southern states.
Right, right. Okay. Do you remember Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs? Have you ever seen him on
I
television?
saw that, yeah. Our producer has.
I read this article about him the other day.
What has he done?
He's had 300 programs on television
Wow.
where he's done everything imaginable that would be called a dirty job.
Oh, yeah. He does do some pretty
But
dirty stuff.
here is 4 that he shares as his dirtiest jobs.
Okay.
Snake researcher. To
The snake
properly
research.
study the feeding habits of water snakes in Michigan, snake researchers pull large snakes from Lake Erie, squeeze them until they puke, then analyze their vomit to see what they're eating.
Oh, God.
It's as disgusting as it sounds.
I'd say.
But on the day in question, to add to the excitement, I was bitten no less than 36 times.
God. That's not good.
That's that's number one. That's the dirtiest job he ever did. Cow inseminator. I saw this. The inseminator reaches into the cow and injects the bull semen into the womb. Oftentimes, the cow reacts by emptying its bowels, which typically occurs several inches from the inseminator's face. Dirty, weird, and not for the faint of heart.
I'm sure.
Concrete chipper. This I had no idea about this.
No.
Every time the drum on a concrete truck turns, a thin layer of concrete sticks to the walls,
Okay.
and it hardens.
Yeah.
By the end of the day, the interior of the drum is encased with several tons of hardened concrete, which needs to be jackhammered away.
Yeah.
So
That'd just be a hard
concrete
job.
chippers, they crawl into the unspeakable claustrophobic environment and slowly chip the concrete away. You have to do that every day.
And he had to do that one too.
Well, he does that for the sake of a program.
Yeah.
But he gets down dirty with everything that goes
Yeah,
on.
he does. He does.
Shark suit tester. It's the only
Get
way
that.
to see if a stainless steel shark suit works is to put one on and jump feet first into a full-on feeding frenzy.
Yeah, right. That would be one episode I'd be like, nope, not gonna happen.
To be bitten by a variety of hungry sharks and shook like a toy tug 60 feet below the surface. They get a hold of you
I'd be
in that
scared to
suit.
death.
Yeah, but it didn't hurt him.
Yeah, but still.
I
that'd be
did this
scary.
job for Shark Week against my better judgment, but lived to tell the tale.
Gosh, I'm glad he lived, but I bet he was scared.
I would have been.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's funny. That'd be
Famous
funny.
middle children. Warren Buffett,
Warren Buffett. He's very wealthy.
Jennifer Lopez,
Very famous and wealthy.
Donald Trump.
I mean,
I'm
obviously,
listening
very
now.
wealthy.
What did you say about him?
Very wealthy. Very wealthy.
Bill Gates,
Very wealthy and smart. Maybe like a genius or something.
Nelson Mandela.
I mean, I've heard of him, but I
Okay.
can't remember.
He's on the history books at school.
Yeah.
He's
South
from
Africa.
South Africa.
Mm.
He spent many years in prison because of his fight against the white supremacy.
Oh, yeah.
But I asked the kids, who is that?
Hmm.
They don't know.
They don't study it no more.
Well, they're studying it, but they don't know who's on the cover.
Okay.
And then Carolyn Roberts.
He had to put that in there, didn't he?
She's not wealthy. That's her heart. She had to put up with
With you.
her husband. Okay.
You know who should be on that list? Jan Brady of the Brady Bunch. You know,
The
what is
Brady
it?
Bunch.
Marsha. You know, it should say that. So she was a famous middle kid.
Well, you have to have, somebody has to be middle.
That's true. That's true.
Willa was our middle. I was number 2.
Really? Steve's the baby.
Steve's the baby.
No,
Okay.
Janet's the baby.
That's right.
Janet's the baby.
Steve was born in 45. Janet was born in 55. Carolyn was pregnant with Vicky in 1955. Everybody was looking at Vicky and talking about Vicky, going to be a mother and everything. Nobody noticed Mother. Mother was pregnant too, but she never told it. Nobody noticed it. Everybody just looked at
She
Carolyn.
thought she was going through the change, didn't she?
She didn't realize it. I don't know when she finally did. But Vicky's born in June on the
Janet.
16th, and 2 weeks later, Janet's born. Exactly 2 weeks later,
That's crazy.
June the 30th.
That's crazy.
June the 30th or July.
But I remember them saying Grandma thought she was going through the change of life, and it turns out she was pregnant.
Well, anyway, Vicky and
Big surprise for her, wasn't it?
yeah, Vicky and Janet got to go to school together.
Yeah.
Graduated together.
That's true. That's true.
One of them was valedictorian, one of them was salutatorian.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah,
Or
I think
maybe
so.
Vicky might have been historian. I don't remember.
I'll
Anyway,
have to ask
they were
her.
both smart.
Yeah.
Okay, this is from Reader's Digest.
Okay. Thank you, Emily.
Lately, I
I
go
had to
to
get that in there.
lately I go to the restroom at the movies. Forget where I'm seated. So then I just return and begin a new life in a new seat with a new family. Don't matter where I sit down. I just
I like that.
act like I've been there.
That's right. Start a new life.
If I could move to another state, it would be Kentucky.
Kentucky. Why?
It has green grass and they call it blue.
True.
Bluegrass music
Yeah.
and horses, and oh, that accent. We loved Kentucky.
Yeah.
We went to the horse
Kentucky
farm.
is a pretty place.
Every fence that we passed in any state, in any horse farm, it looked like every blade of grass had been clipped by a fingernail clip.
I know.
Every blade of grass.
That grass is something to see, actually.
If I-
It's not blue, but
No, it's not blue.
it's different than any grass you'll see anywhere else. It's pretty.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And we loved Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
We went there several times, and it's not very
Not
far away.
far.
It's our neighboring state.
That's right.
If I could move to another state, it would be Virginia.
Okay.
My dad is buried at Arlington National Cemetery.
Okay.
It would be wonderful to visit him every time I need him.
Mm-hmm.
If I could move to another state,
That wasn't funny.
no,
Okay.
that's just how the way she felt about the reason she wanted to move to Virginia.
Oh, okay. We got to tell people when they're not jokes, so they
Well-
won't be waiting like me, waiting for a punchline.
Okay, well, I picked these up the way you handed them to me.
Okay, these are not jokes right here.
If I could move to another state, it would be Hawaii. So my son would finally come to visit me.
Now that could be a joke there. That's
That was
funny.
pretty funny now.
That'd be a good way to get anybody to come visit you, wouldn't it?
Here's my favorite dad joke.
Okay.
Here's my favorite dad joke with me as the dad.
Okay.
Every Sunday on the way to church, we would have to stop at a railroad crossing.
Mm-hmm.
And each time I'd tell my 12-year-old daughter, a train just went by.
Mm-hmm.
Know how I can tell? It left its tracks. I get a moan for a couple of Sundays. Then after a while, every time we'd pull up to the crossing, all I had to do was look in the rearview mirror and she would smile.
Oh, okay.
My daughter is now a college graduate and lives out of state, but every time I cross those tracks, I think of her.
Mm-hmm. What are these quotable quotes? Well, I don't know. Wise sayings, maybe?
This
I have no idea.
this is by Oprah. Oprah. I try not to waste time because I don't want to waste myself. Most of the
Wow.
things that I learn are from the women in my life.
Who said that? Jake Gyllenhaal.
yeah.
He's an actor. Spider-Man.
He just did.
That's
the new
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
He's not Spider-Man. He
He's
played
in
the
'em.
bad guy in the new Spider-Man movie that just came out
Oh, really?
in July. He played Mysterio.
Mm-hmm. I think, wasn't he in the first one, the very first one, though? I thought so. He wasn't? Maybe it was his sister then. I just can't think of her name. He has a sister that's an actress. Kate, maybe?
As
Maggie
AJ,
Gyllenhaal? I don't know.
as AJ and his platoon of recruits were marching, their sergeant slipped and tumbled down a ravine. The irate sergeant scrambled back up. Everybody laughing and
Mm-hmm.
barking, and he says, "Those who laughed, get down and give me 20." AJ and some of the others fell to the ground quickly and did their push-ups. Meanwhile, the sergeant glared at the others. "As for the rest of you, get down and give me 40 for life." That's pretty good.
They didn't get their way out of that, did
No,
they?
I guess I better get some of mine.
Yeah, let's hear some of yours.
You'd rather have mine anyway.
Yeah, we'll hear some of yours.
All right.
The lifelines were good, though.
These are money matters.
Money matters. Oh,
Remember the golden rule. Those who have the gold make the rules.
Boy, that's the truth.
That's not biblical.
No. No.
The market is weird. Every time one guy sells, another guy buys, and they both think they're smart.
Yeah.
I had a good close friend.
Uh-huh.
Had a little pile of money in the bank. Not making any money on it. Interest rates were too low. So he decided to try the market. And he took his money out of savings in the bank and put it on some kind of stock. Well, the stock, instead of going up, started going down. And he sweated great drops of blood till it got back up to even Steven. He cashed them in. He wasn't going to play the market anymore.
I don't blame him.
Okay.
That gets crazy.
Who was the world's first stockbroker?
Not a clue.
Noah. He floated his stock while the world was in liquidation. I thought that was pretty clever.
That is clever.
Okay. An investor to his advisor. He said, "Is all my money really gone?" The advisor replies, "Of course not. It's just with somebody else.
Exactly.
Not gone."
You just don't have it anymore.
Money does not buy true love. It does, however, improve your bargaining power.
It sure does. It improves a lot, don't it?
Fred says,
Yeah.
my wife's purse was stolen the other day. It had all her credit cards in it.
Uh-oh.
I was going to report it, but the thief is spending less than she was. I'm just going to leave it alone.
That's pretty good now.
If we really did profit by our mistakes, most of us would be extremely rich by now.
Exactly.
Because we make a lot of mistakes.
Exactly.
Borrow money from pessimists. They don't expect it back anyway.
That's the best thing to do then.
Seen on
They're going to
Facebook.
judge you no matter what, aren't they?
Seen on Facebook. I'm only going to say this once.
Okay.
If you have to bathe and dress your kid, comb their hair, scramble them an egg, and write them a send-off letter before they can exit the car, you do not belong in the school drop-off line. Only people who raise their kids to jump out of the car with backpacks loaded like they are storming the beaches of Normandy while the car is at a slow roll are allowed in the drop-off line. I will be giving stink-eye warnings today, but tomorrow I'm issuing citations. That's an irate mother, buddy.
It sure is, isn't it? 4 more.
All right. Farm life.
Okay.
I love this one. A man owned a small farm. The state treasury department claimed he was not paying proper wages to his help and sent an agent over to interview him. I need a list of your employees and how much you pay them, the agent demanded.
Dang.
Well, replied the farmer, there's my farmhand who's been with me for 3 years. I pay him $200 a week plus free room and board.
That's pretty
The
good.
cook has been here for 18 months, and I pay her $150 per week, plus free room and board.
Yeah.
Then there's the half-wit, who works about 18 hours every day, and does about 90% of all the work that's done around here. He makes about $10 a week, pays his own room and board,
Yeah.
and I buy him a bottle of bourbon every Saturday night. And he also sleeps with my wife occasionally. That's the guy I want to talk to. The half-wit, said the agent. That's me.
Exactly. The only one getting the raw end of the deal is him.
So you don't want to blow, you don't want to be a farmer on a small farm.
No.
Okay,
No.
a visitor to a college paused to admire the new Hemingway Hall that
Okay.
had been built on campus. It's a pleasure to see a building named for Ernest Hemingway,
Yeah.
he said. Actually, said his guide, it's named for Joshua Hemingway, no relation. Well, the visitor was astonished. He said, was Joshua Hemingway a writer also? Yes, he wrote the check.
Not the Hemingway they thought it was, did they?
Okay. Marriage advice from the bluegrass mom.
Must be a mom from Kentucky.
Next time your wife gets angry, drape a towel over her shoulders like a cape and say, now you're super angry. Maybe she'll laugh, maybe you'll die.
Just do it and find out, right?
Okay. A patient comes rushing into the doctor's office and tells the nurse at the front desk he needs to see the doctor because he's invisible.
Because he's invisible.
Yeah. So the nurse goes to the doctor and says,
He's a psychiatrist.
there's a patient out here that wants to see you that's invisible. The doctor said, tell him I can't see him.
There you go. That's pretty good.
That's it.
You say the best for last. That's pretty good. Well, I can't see him then.
I can see.
Well, thanks for listening to us on WUAT AM 1110 radio. And thanks for watching on Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube. We'll see you next time right here for another edition of the Albert and Billy Show.
See you, folks.